So welcome back to another version of Bourbon Brothers, where simple guys drink simple bourbon. None of the oaky, hashy. We just tell you what we like, what we don't like, what it tastes like. So we actually have a visitor from the Great White North, from Montreal, Quebec, in the house. Ken's down here. He just flew in for the Kansas City Chiefs game tomorrow against Baltimore.
That's right.
So big game tomorrow night. So he flies in every year for a game, and then we go and then watch and enjoy a win. So, but first we got some business to do. Ken is part of the Bourbon Brothers, and Wilson is back again tonight. So Wilson's back. So he'll be critiquing with us. We do have a Art of the Spirit. It's a 19-year-old blended single barrel cask strength, 116.4 proof. It's actually a family that is part of the collaboration with Freedom 13, which builds places for veterans to go all over the United States. They lost their son, Jared Smits. He was 20 years old when he lost his life overseas fighting for this country. So they created this to start selling this bottle. I actually bought this bottle in Colorado. Every bottle has a different soldier too that has died, who's a veteran of a foreign war who's passed. We'll put a link up too for the freedom13.org. So if you want to donate at some point to that organization, you'll be free to. So this one says it's caramel, cherry cola to the nose, and baking spices. The palate is a brown sugar, dark cherry. Finish is medium to long, sweet fruit. So we're gonna try this one out again. I've heard good things. Maybe I should have probably pre-opened it. Again, Wilson, chill out. We'll get you. Wilson's excited. It's first pour of the night. And again, Ken from Canada. So he's got a Scotch palate. So we'll see how a Scotch palate likes this.
Us Canadians like our Scotch.
Canadians like alcohol. So
keeps us warm in that cold weather.
We'll pour this out. So maybe let it breathe just for a minute. Smells like bourbon. Again, I'll try this one out, and cheers. Wilson. So, just a bunch of drunk good old boys. So, all right, here we go. It's definitely a sweeter.
Definitely.
It's not tough on the palate. Smooth going down. Just a little bit of heat going down. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some heat going down. It definitely is a little sweet.
Yes. Again, it's Art of the Spirit, and I don't know if it's distributed everywhere, but I know, like I said, I found it in Colorado. But it's for a good cause. Like I said, a cask strength straight bourbon whiskey. See, it only took one.
Where is it distilled?
So now you're asking me questions that now I have to research. Oh, I just distilled in Missouri. So Missouri, where the Kansas City Chiefs
go Chiefs
play football. So yeah, so we'll just finish this up and then we'll get to our next bottle. So give us a second. I'm not a guy who likes a big burn going down. I mean, there's some guys that like that spice to hit them. I like a little bit of that, but if it makes me cough and gag, just because it's so hot, I'm probably not gonna like it. But I do like this.
No, this is definitely smooth.
All right, we're back in 2, 1. So we're gonna rate a second one tonight. This is Caribou Crossing. This is for Ken coming down from Canada, so it's a Canadian whiskey. So I know it's not the bourbon, but it's still in the family of Buffalo Trace, so Sazerac Company. Only an 80 proof, it's a single barrel Canadian whiskey. The Caribou on top, I did see some video where they talked about it's the Blantons of the North, right? So that's why they did the same type of the plug versus what they do for the Blantons with the horses. So if we can finish this bottle tonight, which probably not going to happen, Ken's going to take this back up to Canada with him. So we'll get it up there eventually. we'll try this one for you. So I added my next Super Bowl ring. So, you know, big fan, big game tomorrow. Ravens, I'm sorry, but starting off 0-1. This will probably come out after, so I hope I don't eat my words. So we'll try the next one now. And Wilson. I think Wilson's starting to get thirsty over there. He's starting to make a bunch of noise. So, kind of not. It smells like a whiskey, I think.
Yeah.
So
Definitely smells like whiskey.
again, I'm not picking up any aromas.
No.
Which I never do anyway. So, I don't know. For me, it's a little bitter.
Is it because we didn't wash out our glass?
You're not supposed to say that. Wilson, what's your thoughts? Yeah, you're kind of on the fence. Yeah, then, I mean, there's no heat going down. It's just on the palate. But I don't know. We'll try a second pull. I don't know. For me, it's kind of It's just kind of plain. It's not. Again, it gave me a little bitter taste. I think this would be great with maybe some Dr. Pepper or Pepsi. There's a story about that, but maybe that's we'll leave that one for another day. Which thoughts, Wilson? Still kind of just on the fence on it. So how can we just pour it out? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But Ken, you liked it. You said. I mean, you got a Scotch palate too, right? Which
yeah.
I don't think that really matters, but
well, because bourbon and Scotch are completely. I mean, they are completely different. Somewhat the same, but going from that to that's much more powerful than the whiskey. And I find that this is like I'm not getting the same flavors
absolutely
as a bourbon.
Right. So I mean that's a good thing. You know, the difference between a whiskey and a bourbon, right? And with the bourbons are just, I think, more the technique of what goes in the barrels, and it just, you know, you're getting that they're different flavors. So it's more of a flavor. That's just more of a liquor to me. I mean, it's not. Again, I would blend it with something. I would not buy it, but I wouldn't have it as a sipping. In my personal, I wouldn't use it as something that with some ice and sip on it at night. I'd definitely blend it. So, and I think Ken might have liked it.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
But
I don't mind it at all.
So when you say that, the difference between this whiskey and this bourbon. So being a guy who drinks Scotch your whole life, and yeah, I think you're even drinking Scotch when you leave here and go back to Canada. You drink Scotch mostly.
Yeah. So
what's the difference of a Scotch? What are you tasting a difference of a Scotch and a bourbon? What do you detect as different?
Well, I just find there's different times for different types of flavors. So if I'm coming home from the office and I want to take a drink, I'll probably pour a couple ounces of this. If I was sitting around, you know, smoking a cigar, whatever, I mean, that's when I would take the bourbon.
Gotcha.
You know, that's because really my only bourbon is what Wilson got me, and now I have the Blanton's.
Right.
But
Blanton's Gold.
Blanton's Gold.
He didn't bring it down, by the way.
You have to come to Canada.
We will do a Bourbon Brothers Go International, and we're gonna go up to Montreal, the group of us, and we're gonna go do a Bourbon Brothers Take Montreal, and we'll do another episode then.
Exactly. So yeah. So I mean, like, if you're just talking about taste, this is very smooth. This is very. You want to take a shot? Take a shot. That one I would probably do it a more
of a sipping manner.
Sipping manner.
So a shot or a blend.
But I didn't mind it.
What about you, Wilson? No, we don't. Yeah, it's still. And I'm the same way. I don't hate it, but again, I would drink it in a different fashion. So that's that one. Do we want to do another one? We'll just wait. This will, I think, end episode 2 with Ken and Wilson. Thanks. Again, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll just continue to do this. And that's it for today. And NFL season opens tomorrow. Go Chiefs. And we'll see you next time. Peace.